Impact Wrestling presents Emergence, streaming live Sunday, August 27th.
Following contest is a 2 out of 3 falls match for the X-Division Championship. Introducing first from Milwaukee, Wisconsin, Austin Aries.
Well, the video package just documented the prior matchup when Aries was defeated in Japan by Sanada to win the X-Division title. Greatest man that ever lived. He told you earlier tonight that in this 2 out of 3 fall match against the champ that he was going to win 2 straight.
2-0. The question is he underestimating Sanada, or is he just very, very confident coming in? We're going to find out. 2 out of 3 falls X-Division Championship match.
And his opponent from Tokyo, Japan, your X-Division champion, Sanada!
Well, I'm sure that Aries is confident, but I also wonder if maybe he was just trying to get inside the head of the champion, because you know that Sanada, somebody has told him that Aries has promised 2 straight falls in this match. Aries puts it out there. I'm going to beat you 2 straight. I'm going to regain the title. Sanada, on the other hand, to me, he's one of those individuals that isn't going to be affected by that. See, he's got his game face on, realizes that, yes, he's not only representing himself, not only representing TNA as the X-Division title holder, but as he has pointed out many times, representing his home country of Japan, as well as the leader and the founder of the Wrestle One promotion that he competes for in Japan, the legendary Great Muta.
Well, you talk about the arrogance and or confidence, depending on how you want to brand it, of Austin Aries, and how enormous that is, and how much he uses that to get in the mind of his opponents. Where that falls short, however, is an opponent like Sanada, and reason being is Sanada is instilled with a focus that maybe somebody like Austin Aries doesn't even understand. From the minute he decided he was going to be a pro wrestler, it was morning, noon, and night. It was non-stop training, non-stop video watching, studying, and when you're that focused, you are not shaken by anything, including a guy who says he's going to beat you 2 falls to nothing.
I think you made another great point right there, because there is a different training mentality for many of the competitors and the wrestlers that come to North America, that come to the United States, that come to a promotion based in the U.S. because of the dojo mentality that exists in Japan. The hours and hours of training, as you pointed out, the tape study. And we know that Sanada, we've been so impressed with not only that kind of concentration and focus, but damn, just his overall athletic ability. It's amazing.
It really is amazing. And Mike, I travel with Sanada on the road on the weekends when we go live events all across America. And it's real interesting to see the focus that this guy has. I mean, say what you want about his quickness, his ability, but I think his best asset is his determination. And the fact that he is able to stay so focused, really amazing to see that kind of dedication anywhere, not only here at TNA Wrestling and his competition in the X Division, but just really as a human being, just that dedicated to what he does. Really unparalleled.
Early on in this matchup, we saw Aries go for the quick pin attempt. That in an effort to get that first fall under his belt. Again, this is 2 out of 3 falls, so this is a different situation from the previous match in Japan, where Sanada picked up the win, won the X-Division title, winning 1 fall to none. I think in a 2 out of 3 fall match, so important to get that first fall like Aries tried to do, but at the same time, you need to pace yourself, because if this does go 3 falls, boy, then the training, then the cardio really will come into play.
Well, we know Sanada is all about the cardio and the training, but on the other side of the ring is a man who is equally as vigilant about his training, about his diet, about his lifestyle. That's Austin Aries. And
vegan lifestyle, right?
Vegan lifestyle, I mean, just nonstop training, very dedicated as well, and taking nothing away in comparison to what Sanada does. Both men very focused. It's just the fact that Austin Aries uses those mind games to get in his opponent's head, and that's going to be something that I don't think is going to be effective, as you mentioned, with Sanada. Not going to be a factor. We'll see.
This right here.
This right here, exactly.
This is all about the mind games that you and I have talked about here in the opening minutes of this matchup. And while we may be blinded by the light of Sanada because he is the current champion, let's not discount what Austin Aries has accomplished. 4 times he's been X Division champion. And in terms of total days as a champion, like we've mentioned a couple of times with people tonight, 366 days on the calendar he's held that title. So 1 year of his career, he's been X Division champion. And in terms of that X Division title, the 366 days, second only to Chris Sabin.
Recently, ImpactWrestling.com put up a very interesting and hotly debated article on who were the top 5 X Division stars in company history. Look at this from Sanada.
I love this roll because you disorient your opponent. You know when you're going to stop and go for the pin attempt where Aries has no idea. Sanada puts on the brakes and gets 2.
And as we mentioned, this top 5 list, just a real debated topic. Wow, look at that. Sanada so quick, so fast. And Austin Aries, and it was debated, named number 1. And not only because of his great title reigns, but the fact that he was able to enact Option C, something that changed the game for X Division stars. Something that enabled somebody like Chris Sabin to go on and become World Heavyweight Champion. When you talk about overall change, and certainly you can certainly argue that, is he the best, is he not the best? One thing you can argue with is what he has done for not only himself, but for future X Division champions, getting them a World Heavyweight title opportunity with that Option C.
Boy, well put. And that time, Aries rings the bell of Sanada. Gonna try and bring him back in with a suplex. Sanada. Stop, block, and now he's gonna try. Boy, scary situation there for Aries. If the next stop was the concrete, instead, drop straight down and drop Sanada throat first across the top steel cable. You hear the crowd showing their support for the challenger. Aries feeding off the crowd. Motions that he's gonna follow up. Here he comes, gonna fly. Oh, and Sanada caught him good from outside. Caught him with the forearm. Slides right in. Dropped him with the slam. Quickly to the corner. Gonna go moonsault out of the corner. He's gained so many wins with the moonsault. The cover, the pin, the 3 count, and he wins the first fall.
Sanada.
Wow.
And I believe, Mike, Sanada might have been waiting for that opportunity on the outside of the ring. If I know him like I think he has that scouted and knew that Aries was probably going to go through the middle ropes, not go over the top. And if he knew that was coming, my guess is he had that scouted and met him full force with an elbow that was able to just knock Aries silly and enable Sanada to capitalize with that incredible moonsault.
Referee Brian Hebner calls for the bell. This is fall number 2. And obviously, imperative here for Austin Aries to even things up. But, I mean, what do you think? Aries appears as if he's out.
I mean, this match is going to be over. Aries not responding.
Sanada a little confused, but realizes he could put him away right here. It was Aries playing possum again from the outset. We talked about the mind games and how Aries would try to use that to provide the difference in this match.
Well, let's not forget, Aries had a 10-second rest period in between falls 1 and this second fall right now, this second matchup in the 2 out of 3 falls match. And Aries able to use that opportunity to think on his feet and said, you know what, I'm going to play a little possum here, see if I can catch him off guard. And there he nails the move he went for previously in the first fall. Right through the middle ropes and delivers to Sanada.
This time it worked to perfection, and all of a sudden the complexion of this match turns totally now in favor of Aries, evening the score at 1 fall apiece. But let's see if he is able to capitalize on the advantage that he's gained. Right back on Sanada again, like you would expect. Challenger from the inside. Ooh, goes with a spinning neck breaker where the back of Sanada's head is dropped across the rope and then he crashes outside on the floor.
Aries is definitely hoping for a count out here. A victory is a victory. What a way to even up the matchup.
Counts at 7. Sanada in jeopardy here of losing the fall. We're at 9 and he rolled in just before the 10 count.
2 opportunities there. Austin Aries tried to win with a count out, and in a 2 out of 3 falls, especially when you're down 1 fall, take a victory any way you can get it.
Aries on him like a full court press. Repeated knee drops. Slingshot in. Follow cover. Far leg hook. Oh, just 2.
And Aries knows it's got to be full on right now. He is down 1 fall. And for Aries, this could be the end of the road if he's able to turn things around. He needs both, not 1, but 2 victories to win the match.
Elbow shot in the corner. Snap Mayered out. Like a sitting duck is Sanada as Aries connects. Drop kick to the back of the head. Follow pin for 2, and I think that one may have surprised Aries.
One thing we've seen from Aries is a little bit of frustration start to set in, especially after things really start to not go his way. When he's tried things, when he's put his opponent in precarious situations where he thinks they're finished, we start to see a little bit of that frustration come out in Aries. We're seeing it right now.
A weakened Sanada. Draped over the middle rope by Aries. Oh, and then able to slingshot over the top and drill him right in the head. Look how quickly he's back in. Here's the elbow, here's the pin. Had both legs stacked up, but still not a 3 count. You mentioned the frustration. Aries taking it out on the referee rather than going right back to the offense.
And that frustration is all about thinking, I've tried everything, I've thrown everything I got. What do I have to do to beat this guy? Now look at this from Aries. Talk about being wrapped up. Aries has Sanada wrapped up like a pretzel.
Submission hold applied. Ring positioning couldn't be better. Has him in the middle. Sanada, at this point, Sanada gonna try and potentially come. I actually like that move by Aries to drop down into the pin, but at the same time when he does so, he releases the submission. You know, at that point, what's going through Sanada's mind? Maybe I just tap out. Maybe I just submit to live another day and not get worn down and come back and win the 3rd fall. Aries on him again, but still cannot put the champ away.
Well, I'll tell you what, if you're in a tough spot, it's not a bad idea. You get the 10-second rest period. However, when it's Sanada, he doesn't know the meaning. He doesn't know the idea. It's always fight, fight, fight. It's go ahead. It's do not give up at any circumstance.
Champ fights back out of the corner. Series of forearm shots. The strikes had Aries rocking for a second before Aries just shut him down. Quickly reversed off into the corner. Full speed goes Sanada. Elevated to the apron, but able to fight back. Wow. Great camera shot as we take you inside the ring and see the physicality of the blows. The springboard move for Sanada does not pay off. Sent out to the floor. And again, as you watch Aries, you can see that he actually wants that count out win to even things up like you pointed out before.
Smart move by Aries. Not only you getting your chance to rest a little breather there, but also at the same time getting the victory that you need. Wow, look at this. Once again to the outside. And now from the top rope.
Double sledge. And again, Sanada dazed. And again, how quickly Aries rolls in to try and exploit the 10-count situation.
This comes down to heart, determination, what's inside, resilience, as Sanada needs to answer that 10 count. We're at 7.
At 9, again, oh so close. And Aries not happy because on back-to-back occasions, Aries anticipating that he would even the score, win the second fall via countout, and on both occasions, Sanada able to slide in just at the count of 9. Champ planted. Confident challenger. Heads to the corner. Maybe he realizes that he can't put him away with a count-out win, and he needs to get a 3 count or a submission. Whoa, 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 whoa! No luck with the moonsault off the top. And a bad landing for the challenger.
Bad landing and trying to beat Sanada at his own game. Again, even at this stage of the game, that's a mind game. Not only a very effective move, obviously, if Aries is able to hit it, but that's Sanada's signature maneuver, the moonsault.
Springboard, flying into another one of the signature moves. That big chop to the top of the head after coming off the ropes. But you can sense from the reaction of Sanada that he had to dig down deep, feed off the adrenaline to connect with that move, and he doesn't have anything to follow up.
And this is where it all comes down to what's inside this stage of the battle.
Both men exchange strikes. Rapid fire forearms by Sanada. Duck under of the close, snaps off the Hurricane Rana. And that one surprised the challenger.
By the way, Sanada just snaps that over, makes it so effective as he has Aries in the corner now. Look at this.
Cartwheel into the corner, punctuated with the elbow to the chest. Uh-oh, watch him out of the full Nelson, gonna try and suplex Aries over. Aries able to stomp on his foot to break the full Nelson, and then connect with the discus forearm. Up goes the champ, right on the knee, and then just tosses him overhead.
Great combination by Aries, especially at this stage of the game, and this matchup now has him in the corner. Look out, full force coming in. Austin Aries.
Oh. Full speed drop kick in the corner. He's just a brain buster away from evening this thing up, and I thought he was gonna go for it right there, and then he shook his head no.
One more time. I mean, with this drop kick in the corner, there's nowhere to go. Sanada, look out. One more time, just devastating.
Now the brain buster. Aries says this is the way that you finish him off. This is the way that you even this thing up in one fall apiece. Challenger elevates up. Wait a minute. Sanada able to roll down. And then into the bridging pin. Gets two. Gets it. He beat him 2 straight.
Your winner and still X Division champion, Sanada!
Early on in this matchup, JB, you pointed out the strengths of Sanada. One of those, the hours of studying that he does in terms of his competition. To me, that really came to light at the end when the brainbuster was attempted by Aries. Sanada elevated up into the air, and he had a strategy and he had a game plan to counter it. He did exactly that, and he ended up with the pin, and he beat Austin Aries 2 straight falls.
Wow, what a level the competition has reached here tonight. Not only have we seen great action with the Ultimate X yet to come, but what a hard-fought victory and what a world-class athlete Sanada is proving himself to be each and every time he steps into the ring. Look at this great action as Sanada able to defeat Austin Aries 2 straight in a 2 out of 3 fall match. World-class competitor, world-class training has led him to this point. And certainly the X Division internationally now recognized with Sanada, the champion.